Do you see those? That's what Sanyang Bay is known for, white dolphins. It's one of the few places in China where you can see them.
Sanyang Bay is located on the southern side of the Beibu Gulf and to the east of Qinzhou Port, facing Beihai City across the sea. The area is known for its deep, cold waters, which attract the dolphins, and the abundant seafood, which attracts, well, both humans and dolphins. It's the only place in China where you'll be able to see these rare Chinese dolphins in the wild. The boats will take you out for a dolphin sighting, but the mammals are very well protected, so you won't be able to swim with them. It hasn't been overrun with tourists yet, so you'll probably find more seagulls out at sea than people.
Where are you? It's a little bit hard capturing them on camera though, because they're just real quick. Everywhere right now underneath, and you see all these little fishes like jumping about, and I'm taking that as a sign that there's a dolphin chasing them from behind. Oh look, you can see it. It's right there floating in the water. Oh! Such spectacular creatures. I mean, they're like intelligent, and they just, you know, I mean, they're just beautiful.
With midday approaching, the dolphins seem to disappear, so I head back to shore and end up meeting a convoy of retired locals who are riding around Qinzhou together.
I'm riding off with some old biker boys.
These guys ride around Qinzhou together whenever they have the time, so they're pretty familiar with the roads around here. I'm relying on them to take me off the tourist track to a place which they tell me is more local.
They're real nice. They just dropped me off at this temple by the sea, so we're gonna go and check it out and see what it's all about then.
In Chinese, Fubo means to control the waves and tides. It's a status accorded to certain people who become revered as gods in death. This temple was named for the respected Eastern Han Dynasty general Ma Yuan, and the locals come here to pay their respects and worship him. As the evening draws close, I head over to a fishing village in Sanyang Bay, where I watch the fishermen prepare to put out to sea for the second time today. I've been told that they go out daily, once before sunrise, and then again just after sunset. It's a pleasant and relaxing time of day. The women and children sit at leisure on the beach, mending the nets to be used for tomorrow's fishing.
Hello. Look at that. Expert hands.
The children shy away from me a little. And no, it's not because I smell bad. I have a feeling it's because most of them don't understand what I'm saying. In most parts of Qinzhou, the children first learn to speak the local Guangxi dialect, which is a sort of Cantonese with a heavy local influence. Then they study Mandarin in school. Anyway, for now, they're a happy bunch of kids who get a kick out of using our cameramen to push their hammock.
You know, after you're done dolphin watching at Sanyang Bay, don't just go home.
there's plenty to do around the area. If you walk along the beach, you'll find these fishing villages and you'll see the locals fixing up the nets, bringing in the catch of the day, and then when it's time again, going out to sea. See, these guys are getting ready. Fishermen here supply seafood to the nearby restaurants and suppliers in Qinzhou City. Everyone plays a part, and while the kids are too young to go out to sea, that doesn't stop them from getting a little practice before they're of age. One thing you shouldn't leave without doing is eating the fresh seafood that has come straight from the sea in front of you. There's a large variety, and it's cooked to order, so it'll be fresh and steaming hot when it arrives at your table. But in order to enjoy the fruit of the sea, someone has to catch it. The fishermen are returning from their nightly catch. For the villages, it's the busiest time of the evening, and everyone chips in to help, bringing in the day's catch. In Chinese, the word for fish, yi, sounds like ample, and it's the case here, that the villages are better off when there's more fish. I don't want to get in the way, so I head back to the city. Now, perhaps it's Qinzhou's proximity to Vietnam, but I find that this city, unlike those in the northern parts of China, has a more Southeast Asian feel. From the subtropical landscape and climate to the streets full of motorcyclists. You'll rarely see motorcycles in the northern regions of China, where there are more bicycles, so I was surprised to find such a big motorcycle culture here. After a good night's sleep, I head over to Dalu village, a good 1.5-hour drive from Qinzhou. It's a small place that's nevertheless famous for its vast ancient building complex of Ming and Qing dynasty architecture dating from the late 1300s. The older villagers are very proud of their homes, surrounded by trees that have stood here for centuries. For the kids, though, it's just an extension of their playground. Architecture aside, Dalu village is also famous across Guangxi for its antithetical couplets. Traditionally, antithetical couplets are 2 verses of good wishes written on 2 vertical strips of red paper. The first or upper line is hung on the right side of the door, and the second, the lower line, on the left. It's a traditional art form that you'll find attached to the doors of homes, businesses, and temples throughout China. The couplets correspond with each other by sound, pattern, and meaning in both the words and the phrases. I'm told that the antithetical couplets are traditionally drawn from top to bottom on red paper because the color is considered auspicious in Chinese culture. While I don't understand the characters he writes, I can tell that his calligraphy is beautiful just from the brushstrokes. The couplets often reflect traditional values, though much like Chinese poems, the meaning, wit, and wordplay of antithetical couplets is often lost in translation. For thousands of years, it was a key method of teaching traditional Chinese. Nowadays, it's an art form that has almost 2,000 years of history. You won't see many tourists here at this time of the year. Instead, it's most popular in June, when the lychee trees are in full bloom, producing the sweet fruit for which the Guangxi region is famous. You know, Dalu village is a pretty popular destination over the summer months, but you know, unlike most tourist destinations, everything is pretty much being left in its original state. So you'll find houses here that date back to the Ming and Qing dynasties that still look the same as they did in the past. Well, give or take the aging. Liangshan Mountain is about 182 meters, but I don't think we'll really feel it that much because there are about a couple of scenic spots on the way up. Liangshan Mountain rises in the center of Liangshan County town beside the Minke River. There are some 30 scenic spots on the way up, and my first stop is a temple built into the mountain. 你为什么这样磨石头？你为什么这样磨这个石头？
他们说这个，摸了之后，我们开了光05年啊，一些老和尚还有西藏那2个活佛，开光之后呢，摸的人摸了之后啊，就会保佑你心想事成。
就怎么摸啊？
他只是呢，
有什么方法还是？
没有什么方法，他只是寻求一种心灵的寄托或一种灵感。
很冷。
有点冷。
This monk has just told me that it will bring you good luck if you just touch the stone, and most of it's a natural formation. Like right here is a dragon. Well, this is obviously being carved, but the words in front are actually pretty much in its original state with a little bit of work. Most of the sites of the Liangshan Mountain were built by humans to show off their greatness. Not far from the top now.
Watch your step.
While climbing, you don't even realize that right next to you, on the other side of Liangshan Mountain, is a bustling city. Well, not until you reach a high enough point anyway. But more than just a pleasant hike up the mountain, there are pavilions, caves, and temples here that date back to the Song dynasty. It seems Qinzhou has it all: adventure, culture, and history. You know, when most people say that they've been to the Guangxi province, usually they mean Guilin, Yangshuo, and Longji. Rarely, though, do they ever say that they've been to Qinzhou. But I think that's exactly what makes it an authentic travel experience. The mountains and the seasides, and well, if you're a lover of seafood, need I say more? Thanks for joining me on this trip with Travelogue. I'll see you next time. I'm Michelle Lean, reminding you to keep those bags packed. Whew.